ever feel like you could just white-knuckle it and quit?
Oh, yeah, dude. Daily. Most people think sobriety is about just not drinking. I found that that's really not the issue. Romans 12:2, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing in your mind.
Reno, you said one of the biggest misconceptions about your recovery story is that it looked funny from the outside. Can you share why people get you so wrong?
A lot of that was, I was doing it on purpose.
But you made money on it.
I made money on it as a comedian, but I mean doing it on purpose as far as if I act crazy, people have fun and enjoy it. It was a cover-up. It was a justification. It was back then, like if I wasn't drinking, which would have just been a few hours during the day, I had a horrible attitude. You know what I mean? Like it is, and then I get a drink, and I'm like, "Ooh, hello, my friend." And then I'm like, "Bang, bang! Oh, a shot wouldn't be too bad either." Don't you know what I mean? Like, and I'm off to the races. People would watch me on TV and be like, "God, you guys having so much fun, so much." When people saw my act after I got sober, I was like, "Am I still funny?" And they're like, "Oh, you're funnier. You don't think you are, but the crowd does." They were like, "You used to stand up there laughing like you were watching the greatest thing in the world, but we were watching you." And it's like, are you here to entertain yourself or the crowd? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And so I would do crazy, really crazy things in the vein of I'm making people laugh and everyone's talking about how crazy I am. And as long as they're doing that and talking about how funny and crazy and that guy's wild, we should go out and hang out with him, you're not seeing what's really going on inside. So in my head, I'm portraying this fake thing. Confident, tough, this redneck, I'll fight you and get drunk and you know, all that. I'm portraying this. And then when I'm by myself, I'm like, dude, what is happening? Why are you killing yourself? What are you doing? Why are you? And I'd pray, God, you know, come on, man, take this. Like, I don't want to feel so jacked up and hurt. You feel empty when you're an alcoholic. You feel out of control. So you'll notice a lot of alcoholics control other things, like, you know, my grass is that high, you know, because they can't control this. So, but they can, you know, I can mow that thing down.
I mean, did you ever feel like you could just white-knuckle it and quit?
Oh, yeah, dude. Daily. I mean, I
Did
mean,
you ever try?
Every day. Oh, I tried.
And what happened?
I ended up at a liquor store.
Because there's people who've got the
white-knuckle it.
White-knuckle it.
Okay.
I'm not going to waste.
And that's great. I'm not going to do this, and I've got the willpower, and I have the strength, and I grew up just like everybody else. You never quit, and you fight on, and if you never give up, you're going to beat it, and you can lie to yourself with that garbage as much as you want to. In this case, on a football field, yes. In recovery, no. Because why'd you play football? You like being outside, it's physical. You like watching it on TV, it's a fun sport. Why'd you drink? You had something that had happened to you and things that you went through in your life or something in your mind or something, whether it was real or not. You have something going on inside you that you won't talk about. You're as strong as your biggest secret. And if you have a huge secret, you are weak because all you're thinking about is hiding that secret, covering up that secret. For me, that secret was alcoholism, right? So I was becoming an alcoholic. But why was I becoming an alcoholic? Well, because I went back, I started drinking when I was 14. Not every day. I was in military school. You couldn't, but anytime I got a chance to, that's when I went up. You cannot have not caused yourself heartache, pain, problems, things around you. You are building a big old box full of garbage that you created. And now when you decide to get sober, you have all that living in you, right? So if you just quit drinking, you are still a lunatic. You're still, I mean, I was like, oh I'm not drinking. I'm not drinking. This is good, and I didn't do it. And then it's like, what's the only thing that's gonna make me stop wanting to catch my hair on fire? A drink. Drink, bang, boom, off to the races, right? So one, you can't do this alone. So I have found, and I don't want to get into people's different religious beliefs. All I talk about is what I found. I'm not saying that I know everything at all. I don't. I'm learning, and I'll be learning along with the people listening to this. But I found that Jesus is not just a guy that you would yell out to when you were throwing up, because you couldn't keep your food down, or, this happened. I found in recovery that I needed him a lot more than that. And sometimes it was, if people say 1 day at a time, I was 1 minute at a time.
Wow.
I mean, like where I'd be like, if I can just get through a minute, and then it turned into 5 minutes. So you can either do that alone, you can have someone sitting beside you, but you only have one thing that lives inside you, your soul. But it's real hard to accept, and this is why I feel like I had to be beaten down to the bottom, or I wouldn't have listened. But it's real hard to accept something that is going to take away what you think are the greatest things in your life. Like, I like running around with women and getting drunk every night, right? But if I accept that Jesus is actually going to save my soul, am I going to have to give that up? So I don't want to give that up. I do that now. If there's something I don't want to give up, I have a real hard time praying for it. I have to pray that God will help me pry out what I'm not praying for, because that's the thing I need to pray for. If there's a day where I have a recovery meeting and I don't want to go, I freaking go, because there's a reason I don't want to go, and it means I need to be there.
Wow.
Right?
That's powerful.
So I want this podcast to be that. Hey man, it's in the middle of the day. I'm struggling. I have the urge to drink. I don't have anyone at work with me that's in recovery. Who do I talk to? You pop your phone on, and what we're going to try to do is give you a catalog of things that you can reference and go to. Okay, I have to go out to dinner with this person. I used to drink with them all the time. Every time we got together for dinner, I'm just going to cancel it. I'm going to cancel it. I'm going to cancel it. No, I'm going to go. No, I'm going to go. No, I'm going to cancel it. No, I'm going to go. What if I drink? That is debilitating. So if we can find little tricks amongst us as a community, this isn't all coming from me, man. I'm a drunk that is fighting. And people go, why do you call yourself a drunk? That's so degrading. The reason is because if I don't think of myself like that, I'm gonna be that. I could go right now. I haven't had a drink in almost 9 years.
Wow.
At the minute you and I get up and leave, I could go blow it if I'm not concentrating on it and keeping an open communication with God. Because if I leave it to myself, I'm gonna destroy it. Set it up to knock it down. And I don't feel like that with Jesus. So sobriety, to me, is a lot more than just not drinking. The stopping drinking part does help clear your mind, and it gets you to a point where you can actually settle in to be able to, meditate or be peaceful or find peace. Are you stopping drinking, or are you allowing God to come inside you and live through you? Stopping drinking and staying angry, just in my experience, I've never seen it work long term.
You've been listening to Alive and Sober with Reno C. Join us tomorrow as Reno shares about the moment God told him to stop drinking and how he ignored it for another 20 years.